What's going on, guys? It's Charr here and welcome back to another video. Now today's going to be a bit different, so first of all, thank you guys so much for 200 subs and all the support on the channel recently. It really has been popping off. Thank you, it means a lot. I'm going to keep the good stuff coming. But that brings us to today's video, which might seem a bit different because, oh, we're already past Ultron on Marvel Rewind. So this video is inspired by a comment I received, and we're just going to go ahead and check out what we're doing for today. Okay, so here we are at the comment. This is from Dave W 1337 or Doc7 on Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, make sure to join up. Great conversation. You can see when new videos go live. That's a side note. So as you guys saw, I uploaded the Marvel Rewind retrospective or recap for the first season, I'm calling it, thus far. That was basically all of the villains up to Red Skull. And basically it's a limited card pull series if you don't know what it is. Yeah, I just, try and beat these villains with limited card pool. I got a really interesting comment from Dave here. He was thanking me for the awesome comment. He was thanking Boom Guy for the shout out and making him find my channel. And he's someone who plays with a limited card pool as well. But the thing that he was struggling with is that the challenge he had was, it was Spider-Man, Peter Parker versus Ultron on Expert with the Doomsday Chair. And he said he has had 20 different attempts in basically all of the aspects with no luck so far. And he said that, on this website where they're ranking this challenge, it has a 70% win rate. And I thought it sounded like a lot of fun, not to overestimate my ability or anything, but I thought it might be fun to turn this into a video, show how I go about challenging a specific challenge like this, deck building for the scenario, and then trying it out and iterating if we lose on the first attempt. So basically the challenge is using cards only up to Rise of the Red Skull, so we basically get all the hero packs and before. So basically what that looks like is we get all the core set cards. We get Captain America, Miss Marvel, Thor, Black Widow, Doctor Strange, Hulk, and the Rise of the Red Skull expansion box to deck build with. Peter Parker against Ultron on Expert with the Doomsday Chair modular set. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but let's go ahead and get into deck building and see how I would go about tackling this challenge. Okay, so usually if we're talking of specific challenge like this, I like to take a look at the villain first, especially if I'm not familiar or I haven't played him super recently. Luckily for us, I have played against Ultron, but let's take a look at what we're up against. So we look at Ultron here. He has this Force Interrupt on his stage 2. We're playing on Expert. When he attacks, you put the top card of your deck face down as a drone minion, and then he gets +1 attack for each drone minion engaged with us. So we're going to be constantly getting minions in this scenario on his stage 2. On his stage 4, what he does instead is that he buffs the attack and hit points of all the drone minions, and he can't take damage while there's a drone minion in play. The key part though is that he no longer spawns them on his attack, which is really good for the player. He has a one reveal to reveal a side scheme, which it can be kind of nasty, but it's not too bad to deal with. Then we have his main scheme, the Crimson Cowl. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play face down and engages them as drone minion. The really important thing about this is that it's 3 per player threat. When it drops, it's really low. This is what you're going to be spending most of the game on, his 2B main scheme, which is Assault on NORAD. After placing threat here during step 1 of the villain phase, you can either place 2 more threat there or get a drone. Again, usually you'll be getting a drone. And then when it advances, you also get another drone minion. So as you can see, there's minions coming from everywhere. Peter Parker, I will say, in the core set doesn't have a lot of tools to deal with these minions, so I can see why it would be difficult. Ultron has a couple of attachments here, the environments that buff his drones, the advanced Ultron drones here that have 4 health and guard and spawn another drone when you defeat him. But all in all, his encounter set isn't too terrible in my opinion. His android efficiency, which just puts a drone minion in play. He does have 2 extra activations, which can be scary. Repair sequence can heal him for a lot. Swarm attack, if you have a ton of drones against you. So the main thing that makes his cards really scary is if you let the drones get out of control. So the main thing we need to keep track of is making sure we don't let that happen. He also has 3 pretty nasty side schemes. Invasive AI isn't too bad, but Peter's thwart is really low, so we need something to deal with this. 2 of them has hazard icons and one of them is acceleration. Ultron Imperative, this is the one he reveals. And basically you just get 2 drone minions, but if he's on stage 3, they're going to have 2 health instead of 1, so it's something to keep in mind. And then we're looking at the modular set it wants us to use, which is the Doomsday Chair. Now, I'm not super familiar with mixing mod sets, and this is a nasty, probably as nasty as it gets. So we have 2 side schemes that come in with 8 threat. It's not per player, so it obviously gets a bit easier in multiplayer. One revealed, it's basically searches for MODOK and puts him into play. MODOK is a nasty minion cyborg elite with 8 health, 2 scheme, 2 attack, and retaliate 2s, which is really annoying. He also has 3 of these biomechanical upgrades, which, surge, which is obviously something we don't want to see, but it says attach the minion with the highest printed hit points without another upgrade of this attached. Essentially, it says when the minion would be defeated, heal all damage, and then you discard this card instead. Honestly, the card itself isn't too bad. It's more that it surges into something else regardless. We'd obviously want this to whiff as much as possible, but of course, it's not always going to work out like that. Okay, so now that we have a closer look at what we're going to be facing off against in this Ultron challenge, this is essentially all of the packs. If you don't know what this website is, it's Marvel Card Database or Marvel CDB. You kind of like sort by the amount of cards you have in your collection. You can look at deck lists, make deck lists. It's a really cool resource. Make sure to check it out. That's besides the point. I basically have loaded up here all the cards we're allowed to use. We have Captain America up to Hulk and Rise of the Red Skull along with the core set. So we're going to go ahead and start building. Now, if I want to talk through my thoughts that I'm thinking, real quick, I will say that the aspect that immediately jumps out to me is the one that I use in my own Marvel Rewind series with Iron Man. It's going to be leadership, and specifically it's going to be recurring the Hawkeye leadership ally. If you guys don't know what that ally does, it's just really good for this specific scenario. It reads, Hawkeye enters play. Let me see if I get, oh, there we go. So here, this is the ally. It says it's a leadership, 3 costs, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 health. He comes into play with 4 arrow counters and he has a response. After a minion enters play, remove 1 arrow counter from Hawkeye, deal 2 damage for that minion. This ally was specifically made for Ultron, in my opinion. He's just really good at knocking out the drones when they enter play through Ultron's attacks or through his encounter cards. Even if he has the advanced Ultron drones environment or he's on his stage 3, he is still able to knock them out, dealing 2 damage, not just 1. Such a versatile ally, and he's just really good to recur if we're going leadership. Another aspect I was considering is Justice, just because it patches up Peter's biggest flaw, which is his thwart, which means he can't flip down, take advantage of his Aunt May support, which heals him by 4 every single time as an alter ego action, which is insanely good. I think that's Peter's biggest weakness, and Justice makes sense in solo and as a remedy to one of his biggest weaknesses as a hero. But I think I am just going to settle on a leadership for now. But before we go into the leadership cards, we're going to just put in the suite. So unlike Marvel Rewind, where I try and keep it as low as possible, we are building for power right now. And if Rise of the Red Skull is our limit, let's go ahead and do the best that we can here. So there was a bit of a mix-up on the deck list. I did not save the changes I made, but now these cards should be fine. So we're starting with basic, like I was saying, and we're building for power here. So we want to make sure that, unlike Marvel Rewind, we're not, trying to keep it as low as possible to make a functional deck. I'm going to use all the cards available to me to make this deck. So first one that's going in, we're going to put in Mockingbird. We're going to put in Nick Fury. War Machine isn't like the Iron Man ally, so he's probably not going to get included here. Earth's Mightiest is interesting, and I might consider it because Hawkeye will be on the board, and he doesn't need to use his basic activations. We can get another activation out of Peter. Haymaker is another interesting one here to the rescue. I'm not actually, 2 for 2 on a hero with low thwart. This is interesting. Energy Genius Strength for sure are going in as long with Avengers Mansion and Helicarrier. Quinn Carrier is also out at this point, so we're going to put that in as well. And then I'm looking at the rest here. I think Endurance is interesting. I don't know if we're going to keep it though. And yeah, so this is kind of like a really basic, the basic package of these cards are just extremely good. I would probably throw in, these cards are just extremely good. They're just really consistent, and almost every time you find one, you're going to want to play them. So now we're going to go to the specific aspect cards here and pick the best of the best, and then fill out the rest of the deck with the best that we can. So like I said, Maria Hill has to go in for sure. It's a core leadership ally at this point. Squirrel Girl is also super good against Ultron specifically. She's 2 costs, 2 health, 1 attack, 1 thwart. She has a response after she enters play. Deal 1 damage to each enemy that can knock out all of the Ultron drones as long as he doesn't have an environment, isn't in stage 3. Then we're going to put in the Hawkeye ally, of course, because that's what this is all based around, really. Then I think US Agent is another really interesting one in Rise of the Red Skull specifically. He's a 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack. He has 5 health, which is a ton, but the really important part here is the retaliate. So when Ultron is kind of spamming these drones on his stage 2, US Agent, you can play him, he can swing on a drone, dealing a damage and a consequential to himself, and then when the drones are attacking you, you can have him just defend for you and instantly retaliate and knock out those drones as well. It's really strong and really versatile in that way, so I think he deserves a shout, and I think he deserves to go into the deck. Looking at the rest that we have here, I think there's some interesting allies. I'm not sure what I would specifically put in at this point. I do like Kate Bishop Hawkeye here, which can be included. So we can exhaust this ally and discard a card from our hand. You can just deal X damage to an enemy. So essentially it's kind of similar to US Agent. She's kind of like a resource sink where if I have an extra card in my hand, I can just exhaust her and just ping off an Ultron drone, ping off a Tough or something. I think she's good enough to include here. I think I really do like Inspiring Presence, especially in this deck. How many hits do we have? We have 1, 2, maybe not. There's only 4 hits in here, so I think I would pause on that for now. Lead from a front, choose a player. Each character gains +1 thwart and attack until the end of the phase. Triple Make the Call for sure is going in. It's just one of the best leadership cards in the game. I'm trying to look at what else I would have here. Rapid Response is interesting. I do like Inspired. I think I'll throw 1 in here, and specifically why is that Black Cat doesn't take any consequential damage. So if I do have a turn where I'm playing the Black Cat and the Inspired just so happens to get into my hand, she basically becomes 2 attack consistently throughout the entire game that I'm a fan of. Looking more here, Quinjet is interesting. I think Power of Leadership is also good if we're putting in more allies here. So I think I'll put 2 in for now and then look at what allies we can do. Strength in numbers, I don't think we have like the tempo or anything for that. Teamwork is really interesting here because we can get our thwart stat up. Give an ally you control a tough status. I'm not looking to do that. Morale boost is also interesting. I just really do like Inspiring Presence. I think it is really good. I just don't know how good to include it. So I think we're just going to throw in a couple more allies here. So I do like the Falcon ally. It really lets us, especially in solo, you can really plan around the encounter cards coming up in the deck. He looks at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, and for each treachery he looks at, he removes 1 threat from the scheme, which is good. I think what we will also do is throw in Vision here. He's just another kind of like resource sink ally, but if we spend that Lightning Bolt resource, he can get us that coveted 3 thwart that, Spider-Man is really lacking here. We do have Wonder Man as another interesting, thwart option for us, especially if we're considering Inspired and readying him up with Inspiring Presence. So I think at this point we have enough Avengers in here to actually, for Inspiring Presence to make sense. I'm just trying to see if anything else should be thrown in here. We do have Goliath here. Iron Man, I'm not too sure on that one. Black Knight is interesting. He can knock out all the drones. He can pierce some tough statuses. I think we'll just throw in 2 Inspiring Presence and call it a deck. So this is the tentative deck list that I'm just thinking of how we would best tackle this challenge. We're going to go ahead and get this to the table, and we're going to see how it goes in practice, and I'll try and narrate through my thoughts during the gameplay as well, and see how this goes. Doomsday Chair, Expert Ultron in solo with a Peter Parker Spider-Man. Let's get down to the table and see how it goes. Okay, so here we are down at a table. It's been a while since I've done a recorded play, so apologies if it isn't as, snappy as it usually is. But yes, this is a challenge we were tasked with. We're playing Peter Parker Spider-Man, only cards up to Rise of the Red Skull, against Ultron here, with the Doomsday Chair modular set. So here's the modular set we have here. It's the entire set. When we read his setup, the content is Ultron 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 for Expert mode. It's the Ultron set, which is here. It's the standard encounter set, which is here along with our obligation, and then 1 modular set, which instead of under attack, we are doing the Doomsday Chair today. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle this up, and let's go ahead and get it started. So I have tried this before, and Peter Parker managed to do it. Like we saw in the planning, recurring Hawkeye is really our plan here. It is our way to success, dealing with all the drones that Ultron puts out there and whatnot. And yeah, so we're just gonna shuffle, give it a really good shuffle here. And so for its setup, we put the Ultron drone environment into play. It's already in play, and then we shuffle the encounter deck and advance it here to 1B. So we have the Crimson Cowl. It has 3 per player threat, like we noted in the building. And as a when revealed, each player puts a top card of their deck into play face down with them and engages a drone minion. So this actually happens before we draw our hand. We just have to hope it's not like a key card for us. So I'm shuffling up the player deck here. It's that same leadership deck you guys saw when I made, at the beginning of this video. So hopefully it gets the job done. I don't know if I'm going to do this like Marvel Rewind where I just cut to the win. I think it really just depends on the video length, honestly speaking, but we'll make that pause anyways, and we'll do that. All right, that's all shuffled up, and then we'll just leave it here for a sec. Okay, let's resolve this when revealed here. So the top card of our deck is going to become a drone. We have 10 hit points. Ultron starts with 22 on stage 2. And cool. So we're going to draw for our hand size here. We start on Peter Parker, our alter ego side. And let's get drawing up here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I like Maria Hill. I also like Squirrel Girl. Let's look. How would I go about doing this? We want the double and we want Maria for sure. Is Squirrel Girl super important here? I think I'll just discard 4 and try and find more setup cards. So that'll be that. We'll draw up 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Nick Fury is going to be really good here. So I think we're just going to go ahead and just play that. We have the 2 doubles anyways. It's 2 doubles here. It's going to go ahead and get down Nick Fury for us. Let's go ahead and adjust the cards here. I'm going to need all the space I can get in today's match because Ultron, these drones do not mess around. So that's 4 resources for Nick Fury. He's going to enter play. He's going to draw us 3 cards. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'm not seeing any setup cards here, which is really scary, but hopefully we can make it work. I'm going to use my scientist ability and 1 inspiring presence here to go ahead and play Maria Hill. After she enters play, draw a card. Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for. The Quinn Carrier is super good here, and it lets us kind of just flip up. So we're going to flip up to Spider-Man here. Then we're just going to spend... Do I want a Spider Chaser? No, we want to knock this drone out. So we'll keep inspiring presence. We're going to spend these 3 resources here. We're going to get down the Quinn Carrier, which is going to be super good for us. Just has a wild resource generator. We have inspiring presence to ready. So I did misspeak about this card in the deck building process. It doesn't have to be an Avengers ally. It's just your identity has to have the Avengers trait. As a hero action, you heal 1 damage from an ally and ready it, which is super good. The drones only have 1 HP at this point. So I'm going to have Maria Hill just go ahead and swing on the drone. Oh, Aunt May being gone is scary, but I think we'll be able to manage. Okay, she's going to take a consequential. And we're going to just start, beating down on Ultron here. We're going to attack with 2 with Nick Fury. He's going to do 2 damage to Ultron, 2 with Spider-Man. So that's going to be 4 total. Bring him down to 18. We want to get him out of stage 2 as quickly as possible, like I said. And then we're going to exhaust the Quinn Carrier and spend the last card in our hand, which is that Inspiring Presence. Going to heal 1 damage from an ally and ready it. So we're going to heal 1 from Nick Fury, ready him, and he's just going to swing for 2 again. And bring Ultron down to 16. So that was a really great first turn. Let's see if we can keep it going here. Gonna ready the Quinn Carrier and draw up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, not bad. So now we're gonna go ahead and do Ultron. So it's gonna go up by 1 per player. So the Crimson Cowl is gonna go up here to 1. Then Ultron has a Force Interrupt. It says when he attacks you, you put the top card of your deck face down against you as a drone minion. So since that is a Force Interrupt, it is more, on the timing priority is before Spider-Man's Interrupt. So we are going to get that drone minion. But now we can activate our Spider Sense. When the villain initiates an attack against you, draw a card. We're going to go ahead and do that. A double here. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Yep, 6 cards. And now he's going to resolve this attack. He has 3 attack because he gets +1 for each drone engaged with us. We're going to have Nick Fury block this. So that's 2, 3, 4 damage there. Nick Fury is defeated. And then we're going to take 1 damage from the drone here, bring us down to 9. Now we just have an encounter card to deal with. Program Transmitter attached to Ultron. After he schemes, place 1 threat on each side scheme. Honestly speaking, that's really not too bad. I don't mind this card at all. And all right, it's back to us. So we want to keep the good stuff going here for sure. I think we're going to just spend this double first and foremost to get down Black Cat. As a force response, after you play her, discard the top 2 cards of your deck, add each printed mental resource to your hand. That's Hawkeye gone, but we do get Make the Call in our hand, which is probably the perfect mill to get the Hawkeye recursion going. Wow, that is crazy. Okay. We're going to have Black Cat just go ahead and swing on the drone here. It is Mockingbird. Mockingbird honestly might be even better here. I have to think about this. Okay. Because we do get to keep slowing him down. No, I think we have to go Hawkeye for sure. So I think we're going to spend 1 resource here on a Spider Tracer to get down our web shooters. So it comes in ready and has 3 web counters, and we can exhaust and remove a counter to get rid or generate a wild resource, which is really good. Now what I want to do is I'm going to play Make the Call. We're going to play the printing cost of an ally and any player's discard pile and put that into play under your control. So I'm going to use the Power of Leadership and the Quinn Carrier. Because I am paying for a leadership card, it works. We're going to get Hawkeye out on the field. He comes in with 4 arrow counters, and then it says, as a response, after a minion enters play, remove an arrow counter from him and deal 2 damage to that minion. These are going to represent his arrow counters. We're going to keep the Swinging Web Kick in hand, I think, and we're just going to start swinging on Ultron some more. So we're going to attack for 2 onto Ultron here, bringing him down to 14. I think we leave Maria Hill up for a block. I think we'll have Hawkeye thwart off the main for 1. Or do I have him deal damage? I guess the Thor doesn't really matter. That's fine. Now we'll leave it on the main. We'll have him swing on Ultron for 1, bring him down to 13. And that's going to be our turn. I'm going to ready up here. We're going to keep the Swinging Web Kick in hand and draw up 4 more cards. Okay. We have so many Make the Calls in our hand. All right. The main scheme's going to go up to 2. Ultron is going to attack us. Of course, the Force Interrupt is going to put a drone in play, and then we also get to trigger our Spider Sense Interrupt right afterwards. That draws us a card. We got the Power of Leadership here. I think we're going to block this attack with Maria Hill. So he's attacking for a base of 3, 4, 5. That's going to go ahead and defeat Maria Hill. And now we get an encounter card here. Swarm attack. Each drone minion engaged with your hero attacks. If no attacks are made this way. Oh, sorry. I forgot to resolve the drone attack. So I'm going to take 1 from the drone. It's going to bring me to 8. And then the swarm attack is going to go off. It's going to bring me down to 7. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. We got to go back. No, that's fine. I just didn't use his response. It's not a force response. Okay, yeah, I'm at 7 health. Honestly, that's not too bad. Okay, back to us. Yeah, I didn't want to go back that far, honestly. Okay, so we're going to do a Make the Call here, spending the Power of Leadership to just go ahead and get Maria Hill back into the fray. She's going to go ahead and draw us a card here. Another Swinging Web Kick. So we do have a ton of these in our hand. We can just go ahead and try and knock him into the next phase. The problem is we need something to deal with Ultron's Imperative immediately, so I still don't think we're ready for that. We're going to have Black Cat go ahead and swing on this drone here. It was a backflip. I think we want an Avengers Mansion down for sure. I think we're going to have Maria Hill thwart for 2 off of the main here. Bring that down to 0. So going to take a consequential. Yeah, I think we got to get our Avengers Mansion down here. So I'm going to spend a web shooter, a Quinn Carrier, and then webbed up and a Swinging Web Kick to get down Avengers Mansion. It's going to come in ready. I'm going to exhaust the mansion to draw. We got Endurance here, which I do like. I think we'll just go ahead and play this. And then we're still holding on to a Swinging Web Kick until we're ready, I guess. So that being said, I think I will spend 1 resource to make the call to get down endurance. We get +3 hit points, so we're up to 10 here. And I think we'll just ready up on that note. Oh, wait, not yet. I haven't done my basic activation, so I'm going to swing for 2 onto Ultron here. It's going to bring him down to 11. And I guess I'll swing for 1 with Hawkeye, bring him down to 10, and we'll just ready up. All right, so now we're going to make sure to use Hawkeye's response this time. Yeah, keep the swinging web kick in hand and drop 4 more. 2, 3, 4. Okay, helicarrier. Things are working out. We're drawing into all the things we need. All right, the main scheme's going to go up by 1. Ultron is going to attack, and as a force interrupt, he's going to put a drone into play with us. I'm also going to trigger my interrupt spider sense to draw a card. It's a third swinging web kick. I don't know the timing if I had to use Hawkeye's response first, but I will say that I used it to instantly ping off this drone. That was a web shooter. And now the question is, do I defend this attack? He's only swinging for a base of 2. I think no. I think I'm fine with taking this attack here, probably because I want Maria Hill to thwart off his imperative that's coming up here. So we'll just take this attack. It's a base of 2, 3, and then he heals 1 damage for each drone minion engaged with you. So there's none, so he heals nothing as a boost effect. So we're down to 7 health. And now we just got an encounter card to deal with. Shadow of the Past. What a perfect time to draw into the enhanced spider sense. We're just going to spend our Quinn carrier here. We're going to play the enhanced spider sense. When a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel its when revealed effects. Goodbye, Shadow of the Past, man. This is a perfect game, it's seeming like. And that's back to us. Okay. So what are we going to do here? We need to go ahead and knock him into stage 3 for sure at this point. So we do also want to get down some economy. We're going to draw with Avengers Mansion, see what we draw into here. It's a backflip. I just need to make sure I have everything that I need. So we have 2. So we have a swinging web kick for 8. That's going to knock him into stage 3. Maria Hill will throw it off for 2. Hawkeye will get the other 2 drones. Let me see here. So we spend these 3 resources and get down a helicarrier, web shooter, and a swinging web kick and play my last one. Okay, so yeah, I think that works out. So I'm going to spend these 3 resources here. Go ahead and get down the helicarrier. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, so this is also in my hand. I'm going to use a web shooter to generate a wild resource. I'm going to reduce a cost by 1 for a card in my hand. So this will be 2 costs. This will be one resource, 2 resources to play a swinging web kick onto Ultron here for 8 damage. It's going to bring him from 10 down to 2. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use Spider-Man to swing for 2 onto Ultron here. That's going to go ahead and knock him into stage 3. So what this one says, each drone minion has +1 attack and +1 hit point and he cannot take damage while there's a drone minion in play with us. When revealed, we search the encounter deck and discard pile for Ultron's imperative and reveal it. I don't think, it's a very early turn, so let's see. Where is it? Okay, so here it is. When revealed, the first player puts the top 2 cards of their deck into play face down with them, engaged as drone minions. So it's going to come in with 2 threat. So I'm not really sure how this gets resolved because I only have 1 card left in my deck and it says the top 2. I'm not sure if that's only 1 drone or not. I'm just going to resolve it with 2 cards anyways. So this card, we get an encounter card and then we get to shuffle up. And then I'll just do the next card as well. Regardless, I'm going to use Hawkeye, use both of his responses to deal 2 damage to a minion and knock out both these drones as they come in. So here we go. The first one was Falcon and the second one was Squirrel Girl. So they're both defeated by Hawkeye's counters here, down to 1. Now we have this extra encounter card for the encounter phase. We're going to use Maria Hill here. She's going to be defeated by Consequential, but she's going to thwart off Ultron's imperative. She is defeated. And we have Black Cat. I guess we can just have Black Cat swing on him for 1. Sorry, he comes in with how much? It's 27 health, right? So he'll bring him down to 26. Black Cat swing on him. We'll leave Hawkeye up here. Yeah, because he still has 1 arrow counter. We have an encounter card. Cool. We're just going to ready up here, I think. All right, we're going to draw up 5 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 swinging web kicks, an enhanced spider sense, and make the call. I might just... No, we'll use the backflip here. So this is going to go up to 2. Then Ultron's going to attack us with a base of 4. He gets +1 attack for each stream, but he no longer spawns drone minions, which is really good for us. We're just going to go ahead and take this attack. We do get to draw a card with our spider sense. And yeah, so he's attacking for a base of 4, 5, 6, 7. That is crazy. That would have just knocked us out completely. We're going to backflip out of the way, interrupt. When you take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all of that damage. Always feels so good. Now we've got 2 encounter cards to resolve here. The first one, advance the villain schemes. Do I want to cancel the advance? I think the answer is probably yes. So I'm going to do... yeah, I think I'll just spend the Inspiring Presence. We'll just, when a treachery card is revealed, we cancel to when revealed effect. So we'll cancel that just to try and put it off as much as possible. Master Plan Treachery. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes in play, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a side scheme is revealed. This is really bad. This is a really high chance of MODOK here. We're looking for a side scheme. We're getting rid of all of... Yep, there it is. Okay. It was going too well. So if MODOK is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for MODOK and put him into play and engage with you and shuffle the encounter deck. It comes in with 8. So... yeah, it was going too well, but that's okay. It's going to slow us down a tad here. We need to find MODOK, though. I think he's still in the encounter deck. MODOK's going to come in here. He has Retaliate 2. And, yeah, after this character's attack, deal 2 damage to the attacking character. We're going to shuffle up the encounter deck. All things considered, it's not the worst thing in the world. And do we use Hawkeye's response here? I would say so. I don't know if it really matters if I use his response or not. I would say probably not. I won't use his response here. Okay. Now let's back to us. So I think we just want to knock out MODOK completely here. Now that I'm kind of looking at the board state. And then we probably want to flip down here. Just take advantage of a 6 hand size in our genius and then flip back up. Oh, this is in the wrong discard pile. Okay. Yeah, the swinging web kick we definitely just want to do here. So we're going to draw off Avengers Mansion, see if that changes anything. Wonder Man. I don't think it does. So let's do a Helicarrier and a Quinn Carrier. And then spend 1 for Wonder Man for a swinging web kick. We're just going to do 8 damage to an enemy. We're just going to knock out MODOK. I don't want to deal with him. Then what we're going to do is... I still want Hawkeye for this arrow. We're going to keep make the call and swing web kick in our hand. So we're just going to thwart for 2. We're going to use a basic thwart on the main. Bring it down to 0. And I think we're just going to flip down here. And then ready up. Yeah, that should work out well for us. And we don't take the retaliate from MODOK because 2, 3, and 4. We don't take the retaliate because we did knock him out with 1 swinging web kick. Okay, so now because of the acceleration icon, this is going to go up to 2. Then Ultron's going to scheme against us for a base of 3, 4, and then, yeah, there's no drone minion. So it's like 5 he schemed for. That's going to pop the Crimson Cowl. That's fine. Assault on NORAD is going to come in. It has a, when revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck face down as a drone minion. We're going to use Hawkeye's, his last arrow counter to go ahead and snipe it. So US Agent is defeated. Then this comes in. So now at step 1 of the villain phase, we can either put 2 threat on this, or we can put our top card of our deck into play, engage thus a drone minion. And then the force response after he places 1 threat, after he schemes place 1 threat on every side scheme. And now we have an encounter card to deal with. So encounter card, a surge attached to the minion with the highest printed hit points. There's no minions, but it will surge into advanced Ultron drone. Okay, cool. All right. So this guy has 5 attack. I need to remember that because of this, you know, his stage 3 ability. Okay, that's to us. So, what do we want to do here? We want Hawkeye to swing for 1 on this drone real quick. So let's go ahead and do that. He is defeated here. Now we want to go ahead and start using our scientist abilities. We want this Nick Fury to get into play for sure. So we're going to play Nick Fury for 4. We're going to do a Helicarrier, a Quinn Carrier, and then we're going to use our scientist ability and then this webbed up in our hand for 4. He's going to enter play. He's going to draw us 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Mockingbird, Vision. These are good cards in our hand. We're going to exhaust Avengers Mansion here to draw a card. Got another webbed up. And we're just going to flip up here to Spider-Man. We're going to... I think we have to make the call immediately, though. So if we make the call for 1, 2, 3... Yeah, let's make the call these 3 resources to just get Hawkeye back into play. Just because we want when this drone gets defeated, we want the next drone that comes in to be defeated as well. He's gonna have 4 arrow counters on him. Cool. So now we're gonna swing with Spider-Man and Nick Fury onto the advanced Ultron drone. He's defeated. When he's defeated, the top card of our deck becomes a drone minion, but we're gonna use Hawkeye's arrows down to 3 to just snipe that. It was the power of leadership. Nick Fury's gonna take a consequential here. Then we're going to have Black Cat and Hawkeye swing on Ultron for 2. It's going to bring him from 26 down to 24. Black Cat's not going to take consequential, but Hawkeye will. Then what we're going to do is we're going to spend these 3 resources here just for a swinging web kick. We're going to do 8 damage to an enemy. Bring him down to 16. Okay, I had to do a quick pause right there. The cat needed his attention, but we were back. I know we had just finished. We finished the swinging web kick. Okay, I think we're going to let Ultron take his turn now. We're going to ready everything back up here. Yep, that should be that. And cool, we're going to draw up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Another swinging web kick is really great, but the rest of this hand is not so good. So Assault on Norite is going to go up by 2 here. Then we can choose to either put a drone minion in play or we can put 2 threat there. Let's put a drone minion in play and have Hawkeye snipe it. So it was a strength. Now Ultron is going to attack us with a base of 4. We're going to block with Nick Fury here, but we also get to trigger our Spider Sense Interrupt, which is on May. So base of 4. And then plus nothing. Nick Fury is defeated here. Then we have 1 encounter card to deal with. Doomsday Chair. If MODOK is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for MODOK and put him into play. Okay, so MODOK does not want to go down without a fight, so we're going to put him back into play here. Let's just put him over there. And this one also comes in with 8 threat. So at this point, I think we just need to start like ignoring the MODOK. I think we have the damage in like 2 turns, so I think we'll be fine here. All right, so we're gonna start off with triggering Avengers Mansion here to draw a web shooter. Okay, so we have a lot of, damage that is saved up. Yeah, we're not gonna use our response again, but we don't have anything to really spend our hand on, which is unfortunate. This is unfortunate, really. We're just going to have to, save up for later type of deal. So we're going to do 1 resource here for a web shooter. It's coming with 3 counters. Yeah, we do want to get, Ultron down here, but it's not looking easy. Honestly, I could just knock MODOK out again and then flip down. And hopefully... things work out like that, or we just do the damage to... No, I think we have to do that damage to Ultron here. So that being said, I think I'm going to spend these... We're going to do Helicarrier and Quinn Carrier here. plus Spider Tracer for a swinging web kick. We're going to deal 8 damage here to Ultron. Bring him down to 16, down to 8. Yeah, we just need to go for damage here. We can survive one MODOK activation. We're going to spend the Power of Justice here for Aunt May. Alter Ego support. Let's just heal some damage. We have this in hand. We're just going to swing for 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. He's going to take a consequential. I'm just not even going to rest him. 4 damage onto Ultron here. Bring him down to 4 health. And I think that's it. I think we ready up here. Do I flip down? How many cards are in my deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to deck out, which is scary. How many backflips do we have? I just need to make sure that we can actually get this damage. 4, 5, 6. Because if we have a backflip, there's not really anything to worry about. I think we have 2 left in the deck, so that's fine. We're not going to flip down. We're just going to ready up. Cool. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot I was keeping a card. No, yeah, I'm decking out anyways, but okay, there's no damage in this hand, but we do have 2 cancels here, so hopefully that's enough. We're going to have to try and keep one of these allies on the board. Cool. This is going to be the Ultron. This is going to go up by 1, 2, 3, so it's going to go up to 5 here. Then we can either choose to get a drone, or we can place 2 threat. I think we'll choose to get a... Wait, how many swinging web kicks? I guess if all 3 of them are on the discard, I'd want to put threat. Okay, yeah, we can just put it as a drone. Hawkeye can snipe it. So it was make the call, which wouldn't have done anything anyways. But yeah, he has 1 counter left. I'm going to shuffle up here. And we're going to get an encounter card. So we have 2 encounter cards to deal with this turn. I think we should be all right. All right, let's see this. Cool. So we have 5 cards in hand. Let's get our encounter card. And now Ultron's going to attack. So he has a base of 4. When he initiates an attack, I can trigger Spider Sense. We drew in to make the call. I think we just spend the backflip. Yeah, we'll just spend the backflip. So he's going to attack us for a base of 4. 5, 6. We're going to spend the backflip here when you take any amount of damage. Prevent all that. MODOK's going to swing on us for 2. It's going to bring us down to 5 here. And now just 2 encounter cards to deal with. We have 1 treachery cancel. So let's see it. So the first one, advanced Ultron drone with guard. That is not good at all. The next one, android efficiency. Each player puts the top card of their deck face down, engages a drone minion. We'll just let this resolve. It's going to come in. This is going to take our last of our counters, and webbed up is sniped away by Hawkeye. And that's back to us. Okay. So that wasn't great because we still don't have any damage in our hand, but hopefully this Avengers Magic can find us a swinging web kick. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely insane. Okay, so there's not a ton of thought to be put in here, I guess. Let's use our last web shooter to put Inspired on Black Cat. Oh no, I guess there is some consideration we need to do. We're going to have Hawkeye swing for 1 on the Ultron drone. That's going to defeat him. Then what we're going to do is we're going to spend Make the Call for a double resource plus Quinn Carrier to get Hawkeye back in here. Yeah, I forgot because he has guard when there's a drone in play. So he comes back in with his 4 arrow counters. So yeah, we did need to recur Hawkeye at the end. We're going to swing for 2 onto the drone. That's going to bring him to 3 damage and then 2 more because of the Inspired. It's going to be 4 damage total, plus 1 being 5. The Ultron drone is defeated. His Force Interrupt, when he's defeated, the engaged player puts the top card of their deck as a drone minion. We're going to use Hawkeye's response here to go ahead and snipe that. US agent is gone. And now we have an open field. This is not a drone, so Ultron has no guard or anything like that. Hawkeye, you know, he's just chilling. So there's 4 damage left. I mean, what better way to end this than we'll do a helicarrier plus this double resource for a swinging web kick into Ultron. That is taking him from 4 down to 0. And that is that Marvel Champions Challenge completed. Wow, that was a ton of fun. And yeah, I feel like this game went really well, except for the fact that Modoc came out twice. It was, we were kind of avoiding. We got pretty lucky with our spider senses, our backflips, and we were avoiding a lot of the really nasty cards. But no, it worked out well. Recurring Hawkeye leadership with core box plus cards is still very strong. I'm trying to see what cards really carried us. I mean, honestly speaking, we played Inspiring Presence one time, and then the rest of the game it was kind of just like core box. Oh, the Quinn Carrier was really good. I will admit that. Just having an extra resource generator is really good. But other than that, it was basically a core box ish deck. Obviously, it would have been a bit harder, but yeah, that was a ton of fun. We've already seen the deck list, so let's get to the final thoughts. So did you guys enjoy that? As you could probably see by the clothes I'm wearing, the deck building and the gameplay took place on different days, but nonetheless, it was just so much fun taking the classic core box Spider-Man back with another swing around to Ultron with the Doomsday Chair. I hope you guys got a lot of informative, decision making and ideas through the lines I took while playing the game, how I made choices during the deck building process to build for this specific challenge with a limited card pool. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you found the gameplay fun and the deck building section as well. Let me know if you guys would want to see more of this in the future, and feel free to request challenges. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to do every single one. I just thought this one was really interesting. And, Doc7, he came at me with a request, and it seemed really fun. I didn't have a video for this, second half of the week. It all worked out in the end. Regardless, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. It was a ton of fun to plan, practice, and record. Stay tuned for more content in the future as always. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.